that means our program is finished. If it is not equals to EOF, that means the number of characters are not finished. We are having more than one characters, so we can use putChar functions to put those characters onto the console output. Then C equals to get CFP, we can get the next character and we can proceed it until our while function will give a error report. Okay, when the while function is giving our false value, then the loop will be break and the condition will be false. And when the condition will be false, we can check it out that C is equals to EOF. EOF is the last characters, and when C is equals to the last character, it means that our program is finished. What we are writing or what we are reading or what we are using, what we are performing any type of operations onto the program, we can see that when it comes to the end of the file, the EOF remains at the end sections. Then we can compare any type of integer value of the characters and we can scan it out and we can check it out whether the operation is finished or not. If it is equals to C, that is if it is equals to EOF, that is C is equals to EOF. So what happens then? If C is equals to EOF, then our while statement will return a false value. When it is returning a false value, that means our loop will break and we will get the end of the file. Then in this program we open a file program.c for reading, and in the file if the file is empty, we are at the end of files and we are using EOF for a special value to indicate that the end of file has been reached. Okay, then files and stream. In the files and stream we are having important functions, that is read and write functions in a standard library. When we are using a standard library, we can use the standard library to read the characters of the file into a file format. See, we are having get C. Get C is reading one character from a file. In the file we are having many types of characters. We can read one character at a time by using a get C method. Then takes a file pointer as an argument, f gets stdin equivalent to get character. Okay, see, we are having f get stdin standard input, then it is as equals to as that get characters. In the C program we are performing many types of methods which can return a character value. So get character is a type of a method which we can define to get the character onto the console. It is just simple as it is just same as scanf, but by using a scanf we can only input the alphanumeric values, but by using a get characters we can directly place the characters onto the console. When we are placing direct characters onto the console, then it is as similar as f get C is as similar as get char. Get char is a simple method which we had already seen in the file section of CPU subject, but when we are using f get C means that we are using all those things into a file, not onto the C program. Similar manner we can also use write method, that is the write method is defined by put C, that is writes one character to a file. We can write more than one characters, but by using a put C we can put the characters one at a time. Only one character can be put at a particular amount of time. Takes a file pointer and a character to write as an argument. Then put C a std out equivalent to putchar a, that means standard out. And so we can also use scanf and printf in this file format also. Scanf is used to input and printf is used to get the output. But what we have to do, we have to just put an f in the beginning of scan and print. Then read write operations onto the file, which we had discussed earlier how we can use it, get C and put C. To check it out, get C is used to read a character from a file and return it. char ch file, pointer fp, then ch equals to get c fp. So this program or this functions will get the character values, and what we are using char ch, then get c will return a character value at a single time. Then similar manner, put c is used to write a character to a file. When you want to write anything onto the file, we can use it push t. Then put t, then character ch, file, that is pointer fp. And when we want to perform any type of operation, when we are using put c, ch comma fp. So what we are entering onto the ch, that can already be placed onto a file fp, and for that fp should be equals to f open, the name of files and the mode. See, we are having an example to convert a text files of all to all uppercase. We are having main file pointer integer, that is file pointer in, then pointer out and character c, and in is used to open a file, that is in file.doc into the readable format, and out equals to f open out file into doc, that is document format, into a write format, while c equals to get c in not equals to eof. See what is going on here. That is very important to note that while c equals to get c in, then c is character, and when the character of the input, what is in here stands for get c in the bracket, what we are defining in. What is in? In is the number of characters into the readable format. In defined as the pointer in the in file.doc. In file.doc we are having many types of characters in file.doc. So in file it will return the character value onto the c. If it is not equals to end of file, when these characters are not equals to the end of files, we can put these characters into uppercase format on out. What is defined in the next line? That puc, we are having puc to upper in the bracket c comma out. So we can define the characters onto the output by using put comma out, then f close in and f close out. So what happens in the output? In the output sections, when we are using that output file and input file, that is get c and put. So in the get c, what we are getting? We are getting the lowercase objects. We are getting the lowercase variables. Okay, alphanumeric values, and we are converting these alphanumeric value into the uppercase by using a uppercase functions. And when what we are doing, we are storing it into the particular out the file. So when we are storing this into the uppercase files, it can already be converted. We can fetch the data from one file and we can store it into the another format, into the another file. So we can also use the file version scanf and printf, called as fscanf and fprintf. The same manner which we can define in the earlier sections, that fscanf file pointer comma control string comma list. List is very important because list can define the number of input which we are inputting by using a scanf. Then fprintf is same, fprintf file pointer, then control string, then list. So example is there. We are having an example that fscanf fp is a file pointer, then we are having control string. We are having control string that modulus d, modulus f, modulus s, and address of role and department code and address of CGPA. So we can input the data by using fscanf. What type of data we are inputting? That roll number into the integer format, then department code into a string format, then CGPA, that is using some decimal, then into a floating point format. Similar way we can get the output by fprint out. Out is a pointer which will print the output. Then the result is modulus d, and xyz. Xyz means it is a variable which is having a integer format. So that is why we can print the results into a integer format. Then fread and fwrite functions. Fread and fwrite functions are very important, frequently used in a file management sections. Then size t, fread void star buffer, size t num bytes, size t count file star a file. So what we are defining in the size t, that is the size of, it will return the size of particular readable file. Then void star buffer. Star buffer means a pointer which returns nothing. Buffer is a pointer. Then size t num bytes, how many bytes a file can contain. By reading a file, when we are reading a file, we can check out that the how many bytes a file can have. Then size t count. Count is a number of characters which are to be there in a particular file. Then file, that is star a file. File is a pointer which denotes at the starting of a particular file. Similar way we can define the fwrite functions as we are using in fread functions. So to define all these things we can use a buffer. What is a buffer? Buffer in fread is a pointer to a given region of the memory to receive the data from the file. So we can say that buffer is a temporary storage unit, and for read and write, if we are writing anything, the return should be done onto a buffer, and it can transfer from the buffer to the system. So if we want to transfer anything onto the system, first we want to store these things into a buffer. Similar way for reading and similar way for writing. So we are having the second argument is the size. Size defines the number of bytes. For example, if we are using an array of characters, so 1 byte chunks may be used to store the number of characters into a particular order. Okay, we can use the size of operators to get the size of variable various data types. Okay, we can use the size of operator also in case of that method. Then size t is an unsigned integer. Fread returns the number of items read, and fwrite returns the number of items written. To ensure that the end of file is reached, we can use EOF. Then a file example, then hash include studio.h, hash include conio.h, that is for standard input output and console input output. Then integer main file pointer fv, and we are using a structure. Why we are using a structure? We can we want to categorize and we want to make a table. See, we are having structure of prod, that is of particular product, and int catalog number, that is cat underscore num, then float cost, what is the type of a cost. Then in the type def we are defining struct prod, that is product. Okay, so for a particular product we can define a particular structure format. See, we are defining product A3, and we are defining 3 values for a particular product, that is 2, 20.1, 4, 40.1, 6, 60.1. So for product number 2, what we are defining in the catalog 2, we are defining the cost. What is the cost? 20.1. In the catalog number 4, the cost will be 40.1, and in the catalog number 6, the cost will be 60.1. So we can define product k, and what is k here? The pointer p equals to address of k. So pointer p can add these values. Suppose in a table, when we want to print this files into a table, then it will print a particular tuple according to it. Okay, then fp equals to fopen c fread 1.txt in w plus. Then what does it means? That it can write the entire array into a file pointed by file pointer, and fwrite a, that is the size of product, that is 3, and fp, we can prepare the reading format by using it, and that is rewind fp, we can read the file from one product at a time. We are using for loop. For loop defines I equals to 0, I is less than 3 and I plus plus, and we are defining the products according to a particular format. Okay, so what output we will get? Suppose in the output file we are having product 1, then it is having catalog number 1 and its cost should be 100, and product 2 and product 3 according to it. So when we want to print a particular output into a tabular format, we can use a structure into the file itself. Then we are having standard input file versus file input output function. The simpler way we can say that the standard input output file is just used in the C program, whereas the file input output functions can be used into the C program as well as outside into a particular file. Then the standard input output, similarly standard input output is exactly where the things go when you see printf. In other words, we can say that when we are printing a value, it will always print into a console, and that console I cannot save it. For saving purpose, we can use fprint to save the data into a file. Then last and final thing, standard error. What are the standard errors we are having? Standard error is where you should have to display an error message. Suppose when I am opening a file and that file is not present, and that file is not available, or it is having problem in opening a particular file. So when we are printing a file and that file cannot be opened, so it will give certain type of error. Okay, and that type of errors, that is, can't be open the list of files or a particular file. So when we are opening a file and that file is not available, it will print a error. So standard error is very necessity, because to use the handling purpose of this error is very necessity. We can use the exceptions handlers for that purpose also. So error handlers which we can use to print a output when there is something in the output file error. Then we are having a program. See, in the program we are having pointer fp1, fp2 and the open method. Then we are having frame1, fname1 and fname2. So in the program what we are doing, we are entering the name of a particular persons in the character format. Okay, we are having two names, that is why we are having two types of characters.